Benji Cole, son of Al Cole from CBS Radio and host of People of Distinction, the talk that gives an in-depth view of some of the most dynamic, intelligent, and successful people on the planet. Run to our website, peopleofdistinction.org for more info, or you can always email me directly at benji@alcoleenterprises.com. And people on the line with us today, we have the impressive Max Teran. We're going to be discussing his amazing book, How to Procreate a Healthy Family, available for purchase through Amazon, Barnes & Noble, pretty much wherever books are sold. Head on over there today and pick up your copies. And before we go any further, I want to take this opportunity and point out that Max was brought to our network, People of Distinction, today by one of the best advertising firms in the business. And people, you already know, I'm talking about CITI of Books. So listen to me. If you're a writer out there listening in, you have a book that you've written, although you find yourself at a precarious position because now you need help moving the book you just wrote. Well, I'm giving you some fantastic advice right now. Contact CITI of Books. They're one of the best in the business to do it, and frankly, this is what they specialize in. So head on over to citiofbooks.com today and gather all of the ways that their fantastic team is going to help maximize your creative endeavors. And listen, it is an absolute pleasure to have Max here on the line. Now, in addition to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Walmart, pretty much wherever books are sold, you're going to want to check out his personal website. And that's maxteranauthor.com. There, you're going to find more information on him, more information on this fantastic book. Be on the lookout and check back in frequently because there's another book that's still in creation, so it's not available just yet, but you're going to want to get your hands on as well. Once again, that's maxteranauthor.com for everything that he has in store. And right there in the title, people, there's no beating around the bush. You understand what we're discussing today. How to procreate a healthy family. Well, I promise you, it's much more than just an informative title. This book has layers to it, and there is so much to be gained. Quite frankly, it's a self-help / educational narrative. I mean, it's a guide to creating a healthy family, but there's steps to it, right? And one of those steps is faith. Instilling a foundation built upon God's teachings and how that can really assist throughout the process. So sit back, strap in, and have your notebooks ready because the education you're about to receive is second to none. Max, first and foremost, welcome to People of Distinction, and thank you very much for being a guest with us today. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Fantastic, man. Better than I deserve. And listen, it is truly a pleasure to have you here with us, Max. I mean, we're looking forward to the words of wisdom that you're going to be able to relay. I think what you're doing here is special. And I think what you're doing here is needed. I mean, there is so much happening today and so many distractions to easily derail individuals as well as families. So a book of this magnitude is a fantastic resource to have on our shelf. So we're looking forward to discussing it. Now, before we go into the book, start by telling our listening audience a little bit more about yourself, Max.
Yes, sir. Thank you for inviting me to this interview. Mm-hmm. My name is Max Teran. Like I said, my little bit about background. I was born in Mexico, southern Mexico. I came to the United States when I was young, when I was 15 years old. I graduated over here from high school. I got my GED. And and have work, throughout my life over here. Now I'm a pastor of a small church, and also I wrote this book, How to Procreate a Healthy Family. My wife and I got married back in 1989, in January, to be exact. And then we procreate 5 children, and now we have 4 grandchildren. And I think we live in a precious life, in my opinion. So, and I wanted, to put this book in the hands of the readers, so they can understand or they can feel what I'm feeling really, as an adult, as a parent, as a father, along with my wife. So right now, we are trying to get the book out there, so more families, so more people, most parents, prospect parents can learn about how to procreate a healthy family.
Mm-hmm. Well, listen, Max, without further ado, let's jump right into the words on those pages. Tell us a little bit more about your book.
The reason this book is out here today, I feel that we have a great need. If I can tell you, back in the 90s, one child, 1 out of 1,000, was diagnosed with autism. In 2020, in March, now is 1 out of 43. So we getting too close or too dangerously close to have more children with autism. Mm-hmm. Scientific field, they don't know why children are this way, but I believe, in my opinion, that if the prospect parents, would pray, like I started in the book, with prayer, you pray, you ask God, you ask the universe for the right mate. I'm pretty sure God will give you the right mate, so you can procreate a healthy family, because it's based in the beginning, like a foundation. Yeah. So that's my belief, and I'm pretty sure there are a lot of more beliefs of that. See, my second son, my son, I have my first daughter and my son, he's 33. My son called me a while ago, and he said that one personality in YouTube was asked if they knew of anybody who wrote a book in how to procreate a healthy family, and he was so glad that our book is out there, available for the people. So I was glad really to hear that, because I know there is a need. Mm-hmm. I know there are some people that believe in God. I know there are some people that they want to have a healthy family. So that's why, we put this book in the marketplace so people can grab a copy. It's very affordable. It's only $9.99. So I mean, because there are a few pages. It won't take you more than 3 hours really to read it. Maybe if you're a fast reader, you can read it in 1.5 hours.
Yeah. Max, a follow-up question here. And thank you very much for all the information, because we've covered inspiration already.
Oh, you're welcome.
We've gotten some tips. Now, one of the things that you mentioned is, really just praying, right? Talking to God. Well, I want to start at the foundation here, because of course, I know my listening audience, a lot of them are believers and they probably do this already. Well, I want to reach out to the ones that would categorize themselves as believers, but aren't necessarily practicing or weren't necessarily brought up in the church. When it comes to the concept of praying, and as trivial as it may sound, how does one pray? I mean, is there a specific prayer that they need to say? Are there certain words that they need to say? Or is it literally just as simple as opening your heart and talking to God?
Right. It's like I started with Matthew 7:7 through 8, where it says, if you ask, you will receive. Mm-hmm. So asking, and there's a nice book about asking, asking questions, asking, it's like, the way I ask God, if you allow me to say, I ask God, a simple question or a simple prayer. You don't have to be really religious to pray. You say, please, God, help me to find my right mate. help me, because I don't want to. I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to get divorced. I don't want, I want the right person to come into my life. Yeah. I hear a few testimonies about that. That when you pray and when you ask God and you have patience along with the prayer, you would get results. So, and God hears. God, He's all knowing. Mm-hmm. When you ask, and the purpose of a man and a woman is to procreate, to reproduce themselves. So we have a duty. Well, we have a purpose. As a man, I have a purpose. To it's like a mandate. You need to procreate. Okay, well, that, so you need to find the right mate. It's like I tell people that it's like it's funny because the gazelles in the jungle, they will not let any male to come to her to try to procreate another animal. It has to be the healthiest. It has to be the fastest. Mm-hmm. Why? Because she knows that that they are in the jungle. As soon as the little guy is born, he's gonna be in danger. So she knows that if she is covered by the strongest male, her newborn is gonna have a chance to live a long life. Yeah. Otherwise, if he or she is not gonna live that long, it's gonna be an easy prey, for the predators. So she needs to be careful. Well, we are more intelligent than the animals. God gave us 5 senses. If He gave us 5 senses, which means that we have the privilege, to ask God, and I wouldn't, I wasn't thinking about picking up any girl to procreate a family. I needed to more or less copy my father and my mother, how they handle us as family. So I actually give the honor to my earthly father and my earthly mother, because they're the ones who taught me these principles. Even though they didn't know how to read nor write, And I was born in a little village, no electricity, no potable water, nothing. So, but my father and my mother they both were able to raise us as healthy family. So, and I tried to do the same thing in this city of Dallas, Texas, to procreate the 5 children that we finally have. So I am, I know that it's possible. Anybody who can pray and ask God promised that He will answer and He will give you, He will give you the right mate so you can procreate a healthy family.
I love it. People, I love it. Again, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, MaxTeranAuthor.com are the places you have to go. We're discussing his amazing book, How to Procreate a Healthy Family. You're going to want to head on over there and add this one to your shelf. I promise you that much. Max, next question here, and really a curiosity for myself, but what would you say was a highlight for you in writing the book? Or if not a highlight, maybe something that surprised you that you weren't anticipating before you began?
Something that I did before I wrote the book, is that the kids pick up 70% of what the parents do, and only hear 30% of what they hear from the parents. Mm-hmm. So it is amazing to me that the children, our children, they learn more by the example that we show them than what we teach them. It's very amazing. That really caught my attention, and I said, now I understand why. See, my father didn't say many words. So what I pick up from him is the actions that he did, and from those actions, it's like I learned with no words, so to speak, and that's what us as parents need to understand. In order to have healthy families, we need to teach it by example. You hear parents to say to tell their children, said, do this, don't do what I do because it's bad. No, they cannot practice something that they don't see. It's like a monkey see, monkey do. They're gonna copy what we do, really, and that's the most amazing thing that I found out, in writing this book.
Max, as we start to close out of this fantastic interview, we've discussed so much information here today, and I think I can assume the answer to this next one. But you know what happens when you assume. So I'm not going to do that to you. I have you here on the line. We're going to go directly to the source. First part, who would you say is your intended reader for this book? And B, what is the main message that you hope that they receive after completing it?
The ones that we really want is the people or the young people that have not get married yet. So it would be wonderful for them to pick up this book, because that way it's not already done, So what we intended, our intentions is for young people to get this book. When I say young people, I'd say people that are getting out there as a candidates to get married. These people is my intentions for them to get the hands on this book, because it's gonna show them the right way, to procreate a healthy family. Yes, it's gonna be good for grandparents, for parents already that have their children, because my main message, my main understanding in this book is that we are programmed from 0 to 12 years old. So if you get your children, if you get this book when your children are 10, 12, or teenagers, it's not going to be that easy. It can be done, but it's not going to be that easier than if you got the book right in the beginning, when the couple got married. Mm-hmm. So that's our main focus or main goal.
You know where you got to go. I mean, listen, if this interview hasn't moved you, you're asleep. Okay, you need to wake up or you're going to get passed by. I'm telling you, this is a wonderful education for everyone to have on their shelf. Like I know he's saying the intended reader is for people before they get married, right on the precipice of that journey. But this is a wonderful education for everyone. If you're married, if you're not, I mean, this is something that needs to be on your shelf, because as I mentioned when we first began, there is so much dysfunction happening in society right now. There are so many outlets to create division, and there's not enough to create unity. This book is a valuable resource that you're going to want to have on your shelf. And I'm going to take it a step further. It's an even better gift for you to get for someone else to put on theirs. head on over to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, MaxTeranAuthor.com today. Get lost in it. Check back in frequently. There's another book still in creation that you're going to want to get involved in as well the moment it becomes available. You can thank me later. Max, this has been a wonderful pleasure, man, an absolute honor. Thank you once again for being a guest on People of Distinction.
I thank you so much for the invitation, and thank you for the interview. I believe you're an awesome person. You're a great interviewer. You do it with passion, and I thank you again.